Guys, we are in such an amazing era of time right now when it comes to businesses, buying businesses, and the exchange of wealth that is associated with those businesses. We have millions of baby boomers that are retiring. They're all getting to that age. The baby boomer generation is the largest generation in history to own the largest number of businesses, which spells billions of dollars of revenue from those businesses that needs to change hands. Current owners need buyers for their businesses. Some of them have established their businesses with the intent of gifting them to their children, and for one reason or another, that is not working out. Either the children don't want it, the children have their own thing going on, or baby boomer generation, the owners don't feel that their children can take on the business in the state that it's currently in. And when I say the state it's currently in, I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it, if it's a business producing $2, $3, $4, $5 million a year in revenue or more, adult children may just not be qualified or have the confidence to run that business. What does that all mean? Let's put it in terms that you and I understand. We're all in the niche. Generally, we're all in the niche of home service businesses, whether that's licensed home service businesses or other types of home service businesses. Many of you current business owners out there want to grow your business, which is great. In order to grow your business, you need more business to handle, and you need good quality employees to work that business. And as anyone who has been anywhere around the trades industry knows, good tradesmen are hard to find. We're now all feeling the effects of telling kids for the last 60 years that the trades is not a good place to be. You got to go to college to be anything in life. And it took this country that long to figure out as a whole, and some people still haven't figured it out, that is all complete dog shit. But we're all having to live with that it's hard to find good technicians and good tradesmen because there just aren't that many out there. I heard a statistic the other day. I don't know where it's at, where it's from, or if it's true or not, but it sounds logical. Getting into plumbing. For every 10 plumbers that are retiring, they're going to be replaced by 4. That's not great numbers. One way to find good employees, good, loyal, hardworking, qualified employees, is to buy the business that they currently work for. You will get access to employees you never would have had access to before because they're loyal to their current employer. They're good at what they do, so their employer has kept them around and probably paid them well. And they never would have been on the market as far as being hireable anyways because they're just not looking to go anywhere else. How do you access them? You buy the business they work for. Easier said than done? Yes. But with the right help, it's absolutely doable. One of the myths is that you have to have all kinds of cash and only rich people can buy businesses. That's another complete myth. The SBA has programs out there that you can buy a business for as little as 10% down. And there's ways to not even have to bring that full 10% to the table. A lot of times sellers of businesses are open to financing a portion of the purchase price to help reduce the amount of money you as the buyer have to bring to the table. So I saw a deal within this past month. It had a purchase price of right about $1 million. Let's just call it $1 million. Buyer was going to get an SBA loan. They were required to do 10% down. They had 10% and more in savings, so they had cash saved up, but they wanted to keep some cash in reserves in case they hit slow times or just for emergency planning purposes. So they held on to majority of that cash, actually, they ended up asking the seller, who agreed, to owner finance 5% of the purchase price, which reduced the amount that the buyer had to bring to the table by 5%. So they basically bought $1 million business for $50,000 in cash. And obviously, the financials have to be right. There's more to it than that. It's some people may say that's oversimplified, but at the core, that's what it is. They bought a business for $50,000 in cash. Can't get too specific on the revenue that business generated or the cash flow, the discretionary earnings that business generated. I'll say the revenue was in between the 1 million and 2.25 million mark. And the discretionary earnings on that, or cash flow, whatever you want to call it, more than paid for what their debt service would be. Though some of the rates are higher right now on these SBA 7A loans to purchase the business, the rates are a little bit higher. It still covered that debt service. It still covered the operating expenses and everything of the business. And it also gave the buyer a decent salary to take home, because at the end of the day, they've got to be able to feed their family too. That's why they're building the business and growing, all those things. So it can absolutely be done. It's not as hard as you think. Not only rich people can buy businesses, but that's a great growth hack. You don't have to find good employees. You don't have to kill yourself trying to find the right person. Use employees. They're automatically working because you get the business that's associated with the company you purchased, and you can grow in revenue very quickly for very little cash out of your pocket, allowing you to keep that cash to put into the business to grow the business even faster. So, growth by acquisition, excellent strategy. Not enough people are doing it. I don't know if it's because they don't know about it or if it seems too complex, but I can assure you it's well worth looking into, getting somebody to advise you on it, because at the end of the day, that's a great way to grow